Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Love to talk about my friends over at Rich Club. That's a real estate investment club of Houston, helping individuals pursue the American dream and, and entrepreneurship. Karen McClure, she's vice president of that organization and one of the regular voices from the Rich Club. Karen, welcome to the program. Before you introduce your guests, kind of give us an overview of what the Rich Club is all about. And I do want to mention that the website there is richclub.org. Go ahead, Karen.
Well, really the main purpose of Rich is to help real estate investors be successful. That's what we do.
Yeah, very good. And you do that through educational programs, really entertaining type programs as well, and much, much more. Introduce your guest today.
Today we have Mr. Stephen Kaufman. He is a principal in Zeus Mortgage, where he's conducted over $1 billion in real estate financing. He's done this for companies like American Express, Hewlett-Packard, and My LLC. He went to Harvard for their strategic marketing management program, and he did his master's degree at U of H in economic development and entrepreneurship. We've been really lucky to have Stephen on our board at Rich for the past 9 years, and he currently serves on the Dean's Advisory Council of the U of H Business School, and he's on the board of the Anti-Defamation League. I could talk about him forever, but I think we should let him talk.
Yeah, welcome to the program. Glad to have you. And by the way, the website over there is askzeus.com. What differentiates Zeus Mortgage from the competition? And welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, and great supporter of the Rich Club, as evidenced by my longtime support and volunteer contribution there. What differentiates Zeus Mortgage from our competition? There are many factors. I think the biggest are some of our unique programs that we offer real estate investors and home buyers and families looking to refinance, one of which is something really unique to us that we call the interest rate protection plan. Like most companies, when you're locking in your interest rate, it's great because you lock it in and it protects you if the market gets worse. And we do that as well. But with our interest rate protection plan, we not only lock your rate in if the market gets worse, we don't let it go up, but if it gets better, we also decrease your rate. So you get the best of both worlds, and we have the industry's only interest rate protection plan, amongst other very important distinguishing factors that make our company unique. And I guess most importantly, we love our clients. And we treat them that way is a big differentiating factor for us.
So your interest rate really can only go down if you're in that program.
You got it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Once you commit and you're moving forward, you get the protection if it goes up, and you get to hedge your bet if it goes down. You get the benefit of that. So there's really you get the best of both worlds. Gotta
love that. Go ahead, Karen, with your next question.
Steve, we want to talk specifically about what kind of programs you have for investors.
Yeah, sure. One of our short-term programs, we offer long-term, very traditional financing, and we offer very creative, flexible financing for real estate investors. One of our loans, called a bridge loan, is a loan where you take an ugly house that needs a lot of work that most banks won't lend on. We will lend on that. We have an expertise in that, and we'll lend on that property with an interest rate of 6.875%. Interest only. So it's a higher rate than a normal loan, but most banks won't do that loan. We will do the loan for a short term, typically 9 months, and there's very little cost with that, and total cost is $687, lender cost. You take that ugly house at very cheap money, make it a pretty house, and either sell it to make a profit, as is taught to you at the Rich Club, or is also taught to you at the Rich Club. You take that ugly house, fix it up, and turn it into a very nice rental. Then you take that short-term loan that you have and put it into a very long-term 30-year traditional mortgage that we'll do for you at 4.5%, giving you a monthly passive income. So that's two programs that are very popular for us at the Rich Club.
Steve, let me ask you, how long have you been involved with the Rich Club?
When I was, this is an awesome question. When I was 20 years old, I saw an old guy in an elevator. He was about to turn 40, and that was kind of a joke because now I'm about that age. So he wasn't sold now. I asked him what he did for a living. He said he was about to retire. And I asked him if he would tell me why, at 20 years old, I was interested how a guy not so old but older than me was able to retire so young. And he told me to join the Rich Club and told me a couple of his strategies. And I joined when I was 21 years old. and so I've been a member for about 16 years, something like that.
Very good. Very interesting. Karen?
Yeah, we know how much you guys offer to Rich, but really, what does being involved with Rich help? How does that help Zeus?
It helps us corporately in a few ways. One of the things that I don't know if you've said on other episodes or interviews on the show, but Rich is one of the oldest and one of the largest nonprofit real estate investment associations in the entire country. So how does a company, a mortgage company like Zeus Mortgage, benefit from that? Simply, we get to work with clients who are more educated, who have a game plan or a niche that they're after. We're able to support them in that niche and be a part of their team. And Rich provides an audience for that, where we can go and we can market to a client that we know what they're looking for. As a vendor member of Rich, you get the benefit of being around 1,000 people, 300 at any particular general meeting that are interested in the same thing you're interested in. You're interested in providing financing to real estate investors. They're interested in getting real estate financing. And as you know, Karen, because you are the vice president, the board is amazing to work with. They're very reasonable. The organization is very reasonable because it's volunteer-driven. So the organization, that's on a corporate level. Personally, where else can you go to a nonprofit where truly there's a nonprofit motive? Where can you go to get education about making money in a nonprofit setting? Typically, when you go to get education about making money, someone has a profit motive behind that off of you. Now, Rich does make money because they have to cover their expenses, but aside from that, they're not interested in being a multi-billion-dollar organization. No individual benefits from that. So that's a unique place.
In fact,
I don't know of any other place like it. As a matter of fact.
Got to wrap it up. Great segment, though. Stephen Kaufman, he, again, is with Zeus Mortgage. The website over there is AskZeus.com. That's AskZeus.com. And you show up and you're involved with a lot of activities. I understand in particular he's involved with the event over at Dave & Buster's.
Yes, he is. Also, he's going to be one of our speakers. We're doing a panel on what's going on in the mortgage industry on November 2nd, and Stephen is one of our speakers at that panel. And people who would like more information on that can go to our webpage at richclub.org and find out all about it.
Awesome. Make sure you check that out. Again, that's richclub.org. Was that your announcement, by the way?
That was my announcement.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Stephen.
Thank you, guys.
All right, when we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. This is The Price of Business.